guys started off pretty well and kind of got away from you in the second quarter and
yeah.
fired up from there.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good first quarter. And then, I had to make the subs, put a lot of guys in that just really don't know our stuff, They played good, they just don't, we had Brandon and Keon in the backcourt, and both guys knew and just, kind of don't know our stuff as well. So that kind of hurt us with that unit, but I thought they played hard and they played well. I mean, you playing against a juggernaut, They do a really good job of starting their, Steph and Clay against backups, to increase their lead or get off to a good start in the second quarter. They always do a pretty good job of that. So they kind of took off on us there. They had 39 points in that quarter. And that really hurt us, and we could never really recover.
With playing so many guys who are unfamiliar or new to the system, does it change how you evaluate, maybe not the results, but how you guys play?
Not really. Not really. It's a tough position for those guys to be in, You're being inserted, and you're actually in the rotation, right away. Especially for a team that's been playing pretty good. I always try to put myself in that guy's shoes because I've been there, so many times. That's a tough spot to be in, and it's tough to do great early on in that type of spot. So, no, I don't, I don't put too much stock in that. I just want guys to just play hard, man.
What do you think about Drew in his debut?
I thought, he just doesn't know our, he don't know that much. So every single time he's just looking over at me like, what do I do? Do I run up to the left or right or, it's tough. It's tough. So, again, it's tough to evaluate that.
But what are you doing to make it easier on him? Or even all the guys, not just him, but Brandon and
we just try to stick to kind of simple things and give them a couple options on the simple plays, and at some point they'll get very familiar with it. That'll be just fine.
You guys have a couple days off between now and Denver, Phoenix, and so there's some time in there to guys. You expect in a week or so that they'll be running?
Yeah. There'll be some time. They'll catch up pretty quickly, man, because we'll keep going over it and going through it and talking about it, and they'll be just fine.
Will you be able to get out and practice court?
Huh?
Will you be able to practice like in these couple days?
Yeah, we'll be able to practice, before the next game.
Because, you had mentioned, like, you just don't have a lot of time to run fives.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get a little time. We'll get a little time on the floor.
What do you tell the players knowing that there's just not much they know about how you guys want to run things, but how do you encourage them to stay present in the game and fall back on their principles, I guess?
Yeah, it's one of those things that, anytime we can, whether it's timeouts or free throw situations, you're just kind of talking them through, encouraging them. And then also, the other guys that are on the team that know the stuff, it really is a lot on them when they're on the bench, talking them through, sharing what they can probably do. So because you could kind of get lost out there, and this game goes so fast, and then you're playing against them. So even a healthy team, they make you look silly a lot of times the way that they play, as good as they are. So it's a tough first game to play in.
To that extent, how great is it to have Dame and Nurk on the bench? I mean, you'd rather have them on the court, but how much of an impact can they have in bringing these young players up to speed?
Yeah, it's good to have your vets out there, to being able to encourage the guys and, impart their wisdom on them when they have their opportunities and their chances. It just makes a difference, when you got guys locked in and all in the circle together, It's good seeing those guys down there with us.
You talked about the Warriors being a juggernaut, and in that second quarter you kind of can see where the game is going to go, but you also talked about in practice yesterday about developing habits and still wanting to get things accomplished. How do you feel like you guys did tonight now?
Just okay after the first quarter. I thought some of our young guys, Greg and Trendon, it wasn't their best game. And that's just from a focus perspective. But you know what? This was their first All-Star break. You know, this was their first time being away and really kind of stepping away from it and having to kind of turn it back on, you know. And they'll learn. I mean, a lot of times you come back from All-Star and you have to physically kind of get back right, but you have to mentally kind of get back in shape too. Because when you do something every single day, just a little small amount of time off can kind of throw you off a little bit. So just teachable moments for those guys. I mean, we'll watch it on the tape, but yeah, we took, you know, we took this game, and the last 3 quarters we struggled a little bit, but some of that is on us and a lot of that is on the Warriors.